okay, or volunteering or something, okay. Or if you start getting in the age where you have children, you have to decide. So it's good if you start thinking from now. Yes.
If you integrate your kids now or the youth now into society, then it'd be easier for them to spread the word of Islam through society. So I believe complementary instructions are better if you do both schools. I mean, Islam says you learn not just Islam, you learn about the world, so it's better to have both.
Yeah, we granted that Islamic schools will teach like regular subjects, math, whatever, biology, and other subjects. Yeah, granted that. Okay. And by the way, I'm sure you're aware that the beauty of Islam does not separate the secular from the sacred.
But if it only is an Islamic school, you won't be able to talk to other religions. You won't have an idea, a sense of how to speak to other types of people.
Exactly. So that's the thing that I am okay. Yes.
But then sometimes a kid in Islamic school can also achieve that by I think it just goes back to what your goal is, because I know kids that go to Islamic school that they're in the weekends they go to karate class and book club or something. They do have that. So you have to be balanced. You have to have the intention.
Other ideas?
What if we do both? Up to the 6th grade, you do Islamic school, and after there, you do more.
Okay. Look, actually, once I argued this once I wrote a paper. It's a long time, okay, before I got my PhD. And I'm not responsible about my ideas before the PhD. Okay. I argued that the crucial stage is the middle school age. I said, look, when they are young, when I was little ones, they listen to you, okay? It's the problem is once they really need you, they say, you just don't understand, okay? Okay, and they leave, okay? And they come back at 21 or something like that, okay? Yeah, the circle of life. So once I did, but probably now I look at probably in theory it works. Send them to Islamic school in the middle school or a place. But look, probably practically it doesn't work. Okay, because how you pull that and then bring back. Okay. So, do you want the ultimate correct answer? Shall I tell you the ultimate correct answer? I don't know. and there is no one. There is no one. Well, it depends on many things. Okay? Well, it depends on the community. It depends. It depends on the individual, and it depends on the curriculum of the schools. Some schools isolate, isolate the children. Okay, totally. See out and they think that they see out and they don't know that kids can get they have their own way. Okay. So actually, look, some schools, we should acknowledge among ourselves, some Muslim schools, you are not sure, okay, about the quality, and it's not. I'm not talking about the building, etc. I'm talking about the mentality that that governs the school, because we need look, we are ultimately Muslims, and by saying Muslim, you are a global, universal, a person that refuses to be limited to a small space. Okay, you are as open as a sky. Okay, because it is principles that define you. It's not color, nationality, anything that defines you. Okay, and what gives you the passing grade in the end is your good work, nothing else. Okay. So, so it depends on the school, on curriculum, on the making of the school. It depends on the resources. Right? Depends on the resources, because look, if we have so much resources, so you need to prioritize where to spend. And it depends more, like resources, we think of resources, money, human resources. Okay. If you do not have good teachers, okay, and you have little human resources, so use these human resources for weekend school and after school, and like kind of use whatever research. Now, let me ask you a more specific thing. What do you think, what subjects, like if you have a budget that, for a school, that covers, what should I do? Let me rephrase it. Okay. Now, what subjects are crucial to have Muslim teachers for, like, we are talking about elementary school. What are the subjects that are more crucial to have Muslim teachers, and subjects that it doesn't really matter whether you have a Muslim or non-Muslim? It's not that big difference. Is there? Can you?
I think math and English are very important for Islamic and non-Islamic teachers.
Math, English to be Muslim. Okay, and the other, what are the?
Science. Everything is important, but I mean, if you were to pick two, it would be those two.
I think you need to
Sorry? Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah, I see. So.
If you're talking about like Islamic, like if you're talking about deen, I'd say it would be an Islamic teacher. But if you're talking about like math, English, history, then it wouldn't really matter if it was Islamic or non-Islamic.
Well, yeah, English. Well, look, English is tricky, see, because English, also the literature that is used, also, yeah, I can see that the math thing, the math and not physical science, like the physical sciences and chemistry, okay, because this is not there. It's not exactly. There's no Islamic chemistry, you know. There's no Islamic chemistry.
But in some sciences, they talk about that. I mean, I remember in my middle school, they did really emphasize separating religion from science. Like, you cannot say God did this.
Yeah.
This is some natural coincidence that happens on Earth. I mean, if it wasn't for my family, because I didn't go to Islamic schools all my life, I mean, I would probably follow through with it. Like, oh, you know, this is just a coincidence. The Big Bang wasn't God. It was just Earth deciding to split up or something.
Even physical science has kind of a non-Islamic spirit, okay? Where, like, if you talk about biology, all of it is like denying a will, okay, that there's an ultimate will that created the, yeah, there's a thing, and that's the thing, whether it's physics, etc. But the difference is that, like, the relationship itself, like the facts themselves are not exactly Islamic or not Islamic. They are factual, so simple. But you are very right. That's your point.
I guess if the teacher doesn't emphasize the letting go of God completely, because it has nothing to do with the curriculum, then it doesn't matter who teaches it.
That's very true. From my own experience, I remember my teacher, like a biology teacher in 10th grade. I remember she's okay now. Okay. Now look, I was at a time where a